Good day, everyone, and welcome again to the Guam Congress building. And today we have a surprise resolution presentation for one of our very own, Mr. Daniel Perez. Danny, and I'm very honored today to be joined by my colleagues, our Minority Leader, Senator Frank Blas, Senator Sabina Perez, Senator Joanne Brown, and Senator Chris Barnett, Committee on Rules Chairperson, who oversees all of our central staff. It's our honor today to do this surprise resolution for this remarkable individual whose contributions to our island and our people have been extraordinary. Daniel is a man of many talents, a devoted public servant, a skilled legislative officer, and an exceptional musician whose work has inspired and touched the hearts of many. For over 3 decades, Danny has been the cornerstone of the Guam Legislature. He's what I call the editor-in-chief, demonstrating unwavering dedication, professionalism, and commitment to excellence. All of our work goes through him. Every document that we transmit to national government, to local government leaders, to individuals, to businesses, all of this goes through him because we are relying on him and his professionalism to carry us through and make us look good, really. But he's been doing this for decades, so it's not just these senators in front of you and all of my colleagues who have sponsored this resolution, but so many. Imagine in that many years, he's seen all the senators. I'm sure he's got very many stories to tell of the different styles and just different episodes. But we're very grateful for him. His expertise in legislative processes and his exceptional editing skills have enhanced the work of this body, ensuring clarity and accuracy in every resolution and bill he touched. And senators, staff, and legal counsel alike have greatly benefited from his wisdom and guidance, and his impact on this institution will be felt for generations. Beyond his legislative career, you might know Danny as the musician. He's left an indelible mark on Guam and beyond. His early days of learning guitar alongside his father, along with his family as well, who have many musical talents, and performing with no less than the Casuals on stages across the United States, Micronesia, Hawaii. And Danny shared his love of music with countless audiences, inspired many new musicians, and even today he brings and continues to bring joy to our community through performances, often donating his time and talents to the church and many, many meaningful causes. We're very grateful for that as well. Danny's achievements are a testament to the love and support of his family. If I could call his wife, Christine, to join us as well, and their children, Matthew and Andrew, and their 6 grandchildren, 3 here on Guam. Their encouragement has undoubtedly fueled his success and drive to serve our island with distinction. So today we're celebrating Danny not only for what he's done for the legislature, but for what he has done for all the people of Guam, what he's done for the government of Guam, for his dedication to service, his artistry, his kindness. These are all an inspiration to us all. So on behalf of the people of Guam and Imina 37 na legislature in Guahan, we thank Danny for his decades of service, enriching our lives with his work and music. And we tell him, Dankulu nasidzu was masi. Thank you. I'm just going to, oh yes. I met Danny when I was legislative counsel, and that was like over 30 years ago. And I was so impressed. And so I learned under then long time legislative counsel Andrew Gill. And he relied on Danny, and he was very, very good at what he did, perfectionist. And him relying on Danny taught me that Danny was very reliable. But I learned on my own for 27 years of doing that myself that it's really true. I mean, he caught errors that we could not, but it wasn't just editing. It was so much more. Danny really does understand what he is working on. He knows what's in the substance of the resolutions and the bills that he passes, and he has recall beyond anything I've ever seen. So he remembers from decades ago what law was passed, that while we are trying to mess that up by accident, he would call us on it and say, wait a minute, there's another law that we did this the other way, or we said we must do things this way, or call these things this thing, these words. And so his memory and using that in his work of, what could have been simple, this is why we can't replace him. Because we could hire an editor who can edit for English and grammar, but we couldn't hire someone with the institutional knowledge like Danny has. And that's why we're so very grateful that he has been willing to serve us even through battles of, challenging illnesses and family issues, everything that many other families face, but Danny has persevered and continued to serve the people of Guam. So, Sizus Mase again, Danny. And if I'd like to invite my colleagues to say whatever they would like to say as well.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm one of those that were around with Danny decades ago. We can go back 30 years and having served at the Guam Legislature when we were all much younger. But Danny, congratulations. I know this is well earned. You'll now have more time with your beloved family to spend. I know they cherish you. We do. We will miss having you here, but you're always welcome back, and you'll always have a place here. And thank you for all the good, dedicated work you've given to not just us, but to the people of Guam with the work that you've done. We will miss you, and we certainly want to let you know you are most appreciated. Thank you. Thank you.
I'd just like to clarify, Danny's not necessarily retiring. We will leave that to the incoming. However, we wanted to recognize him now while he is in good health and very much alive. Yes. Senator Barnett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And, Mr. Dan, Speaker talked a lot about your musical prowess, and that's how I know you over the years is, hosting, emceeing events where you're playing in the band, also seeing you over at the cathedral on Sunday mornings. You always bring a little bit of that bass funk to those standard hymns. So when I was elected to my first term and I showed up here for work, that's when I was like, oh my goodness, you work here? And so I know you're very thorough because he has a dictionary that's fatter than any Bible I've ever seen right next to his desk. And yes, you are a wealth and depth of knowledge, institutional knowledge. I mean, if institutional knowledge had a face, it's right here. So thank you again. For all of your service. Thank you, Danny.
Senator Frank Blas.
Hey, Speaker. Danny, wow, 32 years. And Danny and I, 34 actually. Okay? 1 year older than me. Anyways, Danny, I want to personally thank you for everything that you've done, not just here in the legislature. One thing I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of the employees can attest to Danny's demeanor. It could be contentious, the fires could be all over the place, but Danny still has a smile on his face, okay? And he's the only guy that I know will be playing bass in the Dulce Nombre de Maria Basilica while dancing, okay? And I noticed Danny's got a two-step dance, okay? So maybe one of the things we need to work on, Danny, is those moves. But he brings joy to not just to church, not just to the to the workplace, but I'm sure the family. So it's a great honor. Yeah. So this just says 32 years. Actually, you didn't read the bottom here. It says expires in another 32 years. Okay. So you're not going anywhere. Thanks, Danny. Okay.
Senator Sabina Perez. And if we made an error, it's because it didn't go through him. And we were trying to surprise him. He didn't get to proofread what we were saying.
So I just want to echo the sentiments of my colleagues that we're so grateful for your attention to detail. And I'm one of those senators that is like that. And I know that it's hard to teach. It doesn't come natural. But I think more importantly, what the speaker said is that you know the material. And so we're truly grateful for all the service. And just to let the people know, this type of work you cannot teach. You learn it through many, many years. So what he has is a very rare expertise that is the foundation of this body. And without that, we really need that attention to detail to ensure what we're passing is, truly what we meant to pass. And so Danny has been an instrumental part of this branch of government. And so I just want to let that be known to the public that his service is instrumental, it's rare, and it's, desperately needed. And to have, I'm glad to be a part of this, to wish him well and to thank him so much. Thank you.
Jesus Masi, Senators. So in the resolution, we listed some details, and I'd like to share this with the public because I really think these are gems. Some of the legislative councils that Danny worked with were attorneys Andrew Gale, myself, Therese Terlaje, Julian Uglin, Douglas Moylan, the current council, Darlene Heighton, and but more importantly, or more fun, I guess, is his work in the casuals, and because many of us are big fans, and I wanted to say these things. I guess Danny's father, Mauro Josephat Sofat Perez, was a World War II survivor. And together with Danny's siblings, they all learned about music by watching and listening to his father's band, as well as other local bands. And in 1972, Danny formed the band, with his bandmates, formed the Casuals, and they played at hotels around Guam, and later relocated to Hawaii. Imagine that, back in the 70s. The Casuals attended an audition in Hawaii where nearly 24 bands competed for a full-time club gig at the Waikiki Beachcomber, and they won, showcasing their exceptional music talent and dedication. And the Casuals captivated audiences at the renowned Seisibon Club at the Pagoda Hotel in Honolulu, and they performed for over 6 years as the hottest show band in Honolulu, and leaving an indelible mark on that island's vibrant music scene. The Casuals toured 38 towns and cities across the US mainland and embarked on tours in Micronesia. And in '82, the band released their debut album, Casuals, featuring several songs that hit the top 10 song list in Hawaii for over 8 weeks, including what is our iconic song, Songs About Love, which became a highlight of Hawaii's contemporary music scene. And in 1983, the Casuals were honored with the prestigious Nahoku Hanohano Award for Most Promising Artists, testament to their exceptional talent, dedication, and contribution to the music industry. And again, I want to thank his wife and family for being here with us and helping us to surprise him as well. And again, Tizuz Ma'asi, Danny, for all your work for the people of Guam, and thank you so much. And we look for a long, continued together partnership. Tizuz Ma'asi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and Senators. I am totally humbled. I was actually on my way out, and I just stopped in by chance, not knowing this was going on. But yes, my pursuit in excellence during my show business career actually helped me carry on with my career here in the legislature. I was always pursuing excellence and knowing that people all over the world, now that we have internet, they can see what's going on with our legislative website, and I know all of our writings eventually go on there. I said, oh, I got to make the people of Guam look good. So that's one of my biggest motivations is I represent the island. I'm a servant of the servants of the people. So I always keep that in mind that, I got to prove myself every single day that I'm at work. And I want all the legislative staff to remember that any day could be your last year. And actually, being not classified is an advantage for me because I work every day to prove myself. And that's just the way it is for the last 32 years. I'm only good for 2 years at a time, so I just go for it. Every day is like my last day or my first day. So thank you, senators, for having me, actually, for these last 34 years. I started in July of 1990 under Senator Hermina Durking, and I didn't really think I was going to be here this long and make it a career, but hey, they needed someone to do it, and I stepped up and I said, it'll be me if I can help it. And thank you for my wife, who's inspired me, and my children and my grandchildren. Keep me going every day. But thank you, senators. I'm totally astounded, actually.
We're clapping for you all around. Situs Masi, and that concludes our program today. Situs Masi. Viva!